Not only that, but the Dean's Shootout took place at halftime. Our own Vincent Martorano is live at Worthen Arena to give us the scoop on what went down. Vinny, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Daniel. Ball State just wrapping up an exciting game here at Worthen Arena. As you can see, final score 64-58 against the NIU Huskies. It was a great game throughout. Both teams trading the lead back and forth. A lot of hype, a lot of momentum, and a lot of energetic fans and players in attendance here today. Going into halftime, this one was extremely close, which led for an even better halftime show, the Dean's Shootout. It is the sixth shootout starting from 2014. Last year, we couldn't get it due to COVID. Now it is back. Teachers College was the reigning champions coming into today, but it looks like there is a new title holder for the Dean's Shootout. That's going to be the College of Architecture and Planning. Professor David Ferguson and student Nathan Blee take it home in an exciting event. A student and professor linking up on the court, shooting as many free throws and making as many as a duo as they possibly can. And it looks like College of Architecture and Planning come out with the gold today. An exciting day here at Worthen Arena, jam-packed with a lot of action. Back to you, Dan, at the wall. And Ball State has not been here at First Merchants Ballpark since May 4th of last year. After missing his entire junior season, Samuels now gets to be back out here on his home field for his senior year and his last ride. After defeating tough mat competition in Bowling Green and then Miami, Ohio, Ball State looking to pass the momentum forward as they take on Central Michigan on Thursday and Friday.
Last summer I was in a scrimmage. I was actually playing quarterback. I was throwing on the run, and I threw, I planted, I felt like my knee just kind of exploded, and I tore my ACL and my lateral meniscus.
Homer Samuels is a senior at Delta High School. He missed the entire last season with his second ACL tear of his high school career. He spent all of last year watching from the sidelines, cheering his teammates on.
Very tough, especially in football. That's my favorite sport. Just like help that I got from athletic trainers, coaches, players, support that I got from my family, everything like that. That helps you get through it.
The road to recovery wasn't short, and it wasn't easy. It took time for Samuels to rebuild his confidence.
Confidence is probably like the hardest thing to get back, but I mean it's just a long journey. You just have to keep focused and know what you're working for. And after missing his entire junior season, Samuels now gets to be back out here on his home field for his senior year and his last ride.
Yeah, because the type of kid he is, he's really easy to root for. And so everyone wants him to do well. Everyone wants him to be a guy that has a great senior season. But just his hard work has just put him in a position to be successful.
Samuels has come back and found his success when he changed his position to running back this July. He's averaging just under 100 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns per game. He was also awarded the Star Press's East Central Indiana Player of the Week in Week 2.
That's awesome. I actually enjoy it much more than I did playing quarterback. I mean, there's a lot less stress, and you just go out there and just run hard.
Samuel's goal after graduation is to go play football at the collegiate level as a running back. In Muncie, Vincent Martorano, NewsLink, Indiana. Hurricane Ida brought a great deal of destruction to the New Orleans area, but its effects even making its way to Muncie, Indiana.
We had 5 of either our players or staff members that are from that area, and so certainly during the time when Hurricane Ida was approaching landfall, if you will, certainly our guys were on edge thinking about their families because a lot of their families made the decision to ride it out and stay there and not evacuate.
Of the 5, 3 of them are players. This includes wide receiver Johannes Tyler, defensive lineman Kyron Mims, and kicker Jake Chanot.
Definitely a little nervous down there, It was the anniversary of Katrina when it hit. I told my parents, I think y'all should get out of town. They were like, no, we want to stay. Turned out to be a pretty bad storm.
And with everything going on in their personal lives, football has been a way that the team can take their mind off of things going on back home.
I think one of the great things about football and athletics in general is that it gives you a chance to kind of get away from things that are going on in the outside world or things that are going on in your personal life. And I think being able to play football and be around the teammates is a great release.
At the end of the day, there is still a job to do, and that's to play football. The Cardinals have committed to that and have bounced back well from the tragedy.
Time will pass eventually, but having been through that process before, I think just their attitude and resiliency is what impresses me the most.
Ball State will be taking on Toledo on Saturday in front of a home crowd for the first time since week 1. In Muncie, Vinny Martorano, Newslink, Indiana. April 1st, the day Ball State softball had marked on their calendar since their season began. April 1st marks the day that their streak of 28 straight away games comes to an end.
Pretty darn good. It's always nice to be on your home field, something that you practice on all the time, but it's been a long time coming for these kids right now.
And Ball State has not been here at First Merchants Ballpark since May 4th of last year.
It felt so good. I've been waiting for this opportunity forever. It felt amazing.
Not only did the Cardinals finally get to be back in First Merchants Ballpark, but the team came out with a series sweep, winning their 2 games on Friday and their 1 on Saturday against Kent State.
It's exactly what this team needed. Bouncing back from Central Michigan and going back to the drawing board, going to work. They put in the time and the effort this week, so it feels good to see that it pays off for them.
Ball State scored 23 runs and hit the ball over the wall 6 times in 3 games, with the last game on Saturday ending in a mercy rule in the 5th inning with a walk-off 2-run bomb.
It felt so good just like being a part of this team. We just all came together and battled really hard today, and I think we played some of the best softball we have all year.
From here, the Cardinals will do what they do best, hit the road again as they travel to DeKalb, Illinois to take on the NIU Huskies.
So after every series, we go back to practice, we work on the things that we need to work on and continue to get better. We're not going to rest on our laurels at all, so we're just going to go to work and then, go play Northern Illinois.
Those games will take place tomorrow and Wednesday at Mary M. Bell Field. In Muncie, Vinny Martorano, Newslink, Indiana. Ball State football taking on Georgia Southern this past Saturday. The contest starting off sluggish with 2 short field goals for both squads to knot the score at 3-3 heading into the second quarter. The Eagles and the Cardinals trading blows throughout the next 2 quarters to make the score 20-20 moving into the fourth. But Georgia Southern scoring 2 late touchdowns to beat Ball State 34-23. And head coach Mike New believes that a large component of the loss stems from the team's problems with unnecessary flags. Take things over to the pitch with Ball State soccer going against Eastern Michigan yesterday at the Briner Sports Complex. The Cardinals dominating the Eagles with a final score of 5-0. Freshman Delaney Caldwell is leading Ball State with 2 goals on the day. Fifth-year player Jenna Dombrowski and freshman Tori Monaco also scoring their first goals of the season. The Cardinals defense holding strong, allowing only 5 shots compared to the 19 from Ball State. After the match, head coach Josh Reif explaining how the team is looking ahead to what they can do in the Mid-American Conference.